Today we are going to go over area of a circle. Okay, area of a circle. So here's my circle. The area of the circle is all the space that the circle takes up. So all the inside space. So we're going to call that the amount of space the circle occupies. And the formula to figure out the area of a circle is going to be area equals pi r squared. So which is going to be pi times r squared. And remember r squared, okay, in case we want to remember this. So r squared really means r times r. Okay, so let's look at some examples here. We're going to find the area of each circle, and we're going to use 3.14 for pi. So the first thing I should do is probably write the equation out so I know what I'm going to be using. So A equals pi r squared. So now I can go ahead and look at number one. What is the information I have? Well, I know r, which is the radius, right? It's 9. So I already have that. I don't have to figure out what it is. So we're going to go A equals pi r squared. Insert the information. So A is still going to equal 3.14 times 9 squared. So order of operations tells me I need to do the number with the exponents first before I can times this. So 9 times 9 is what that means. So 9 squared, it's 9 times 9. And if you remember that one, 9 times 9 is 81. So this goes here, and then just bring the rest of the information down. So times 3.14 still is A equals. Now I have 3.14 times 81. So off to the side, I can go ahead and set myself up that math problem. So I'm going to go 3.14 times 81. Okay, so remember we're going to go 1 times 4. Gives you 4, 1 times 1 gives me 1, 1 times 3 gives me 3. Cross out that number, put a place value holder. 8 times 4 is 32, so put the 2 down, carry the 3. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3, so 8, 9, 10, 11. Put the 1 down, carry the 1. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 1 is 25. 5, put the 2 down. That is all you have to do right there, and now we just add those up. If you struggled with times 8s, write it off to the side, okay? Go ahead and just roll the numbers off to the side, and that'll help you do this a little bit quicker. So we're going to add these up, and 4 plus 0 is 4. 1 plus 2 gives me 3. 3 plus 1 gives me 4, and 25. I should make that a little easier to see. Now I'm almost done, but I have to look at my problem and see how many digits behind a decimal do I have right here in this problem. Well, I have 1 digit, 2 digit, and that is it. So now I have to put back in a decimal, 1, 2 spots. It'll go here. So 254.34 yards squared is the area of that circle. Okay, let's look at number 2 here. So I know, again, the radius is 5. So I'm going to go ahead and just write that out again. So A equals pi r squared. Insert the information I know. A equals 3.14 times 5 squared. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, order of operations, right? No parentheses. Next is exponents. 5 squared, so 5 times 5. If you don't know that, go ahead and set it up and do that. If not, 5 times 5 is going to be 25. So this right here is going to go 25. We can even put parentheses around it to 3.14. So whether I write it like this with a multiplication dot, or I put the number next to another number in parentheses, those both mean to multiply. So now we're going to go ahead and write this math equation off to the side. So I have 3.14 times 25. And we're going to go ahead and start doing some math. So 5 times 4 is 20. Put a 0 down, carry a 2. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2. 5, 6, 7. 5 times 3 is 15. So put the 5 down, and the 1 would just drop straight down. Cross this number off. Put a place value holder. We're going to go ahead and cross that little number up top so we don't get confused. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Draw a line, add them up. So 0, 7 plus 8 gives you 15. Put the 5 down, carry the 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. 7, 8. 6 plus 1 is 7. Make sure you can see that 7. Now, almost done, but I notice I have to look up here. How many digits do I have behind a decimal on either of these two numbers? Well, there's none here, but I have 1, 2 here. So I now need to input the decimal back in 1, 2, 2 spots. So 78.5 meters squared. Okay, let's look at this one here. I have a semicircle. I need to find the area of this semicircle. Well, just like we know on circumference, we are only going to find half of the area of, like we did with the circumference, we found half of it for the circumference of the circle. On this one, we're just going to find half of the area. So the area equals 1/2 pi r squared. Well, what is r? I have this is 5, so 5 is all the way across, which is the diameter. So diameter is 5 here. What is the radius going to be? The radius is only half of that. So half of 5, so 5 divided by 2, is going to be 2.5. Now that I know that, I'm still going to use 3.14 for pi. I'm going to go ahead and write the equation with the information I have. So A equals 1/2 times 3.14 times, I'm going to put it in parentheses here, 2.5 squared. 2.5 squared is the first thing we need to do, right? Because parentheses right here is just to kind of keep the 2.5 together so we know that's a full number. 2.5 squared really means 2.5 times 2.5. Let's do that math. 5 times 5 is 25. Put a 5 down, carry a 2. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 2 is 12. Cross it out. Give it a place value holder. Scribble out that guy just so we don't get confused. Now 2 times 5. 2 times 5 again is 10. Put the 1 up here. 2 times 2 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. And now we add them up. So 5, 2, 6. How many digits do I have behind a decimal in the problem? Well, I have 1 digit here, another digit here. So 1, 2 digits behind a decimal. So I need to put back in 1, 2 digits right here. So 2.5 squared is 6.25. We'll leave the parentheses around him just so we can keep all those numbers together. Times 3.14 times 1/2. Now we can go ahead and multiply. Remember, multiplying three numbers, I can multiply them in any order that I want to. So let's go ahead and just multiply 1/2 times 6.25. Couple ways you can do that. One, you can put 6.25 as a fraction, so I can put it over 1. I'll multiply across on fractions, and then I'm still going to have to simplify and divide. I can also just look at it and realize, well, when I times by 1/2, it's the same as dividing by 2. So off to the side here again, I'm going to go 6.25 divided by 2. 2 goes into 6 3 times, gives me 6, 0, bring the 2 down. 2 goes into 2 once, 2, be 0, bring the 5 down. 2 goes into 5 2 times, I get 4. I get 1 left over, I have to add a 0 and bring it down. 2 goes into 10 5 times. Now, remember, I only have a decimal in the house, so I'm just going to go ahead and raise it to the roof. That is all I have to do. So keep the place values aligned, raise it to the roof. So when I multiply those two numbers, it is 3.125. Parentheses, I'm going to bring this guy back down because I'm still dealing with him, 3.14. Last step is to multiply these two numbers together. So again, off to the side, we're going to start writing some more math here. Let's go 3.125 times 3.14. 4 times 5 is 20. Put a 0 down, carry a 2. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2, 8, 9, 10. Put a 0 down, carry a 1. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And 4 times 3 is 12. Put the 2 down, and just go ahead and drop the 1 down. So again, do not forget the very important step of crossing out what we just used. Cross out the place value you already used. Put a 0 in. 1 times 5, 5. 1 times 2, 2. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Next step, cross that guy out. Give it 2 place value holders. 3 times 5 is 15. Put a 5 down, carry a 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 3 times 1 is 3. And 3 times 3 is 9. Add all those up. So 0, 5, whoop, wrong button. I have a 12 here, carry the 1. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Carry the 1. 3, 6, 7, 8 here. And then the 9 is here. Okay, now looking at the problem we have, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits behind a decimal. So the last step I need to do is add that in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My decimal would be right here. 9.8125 feet squared. That is the area of this semicircle.